Hello you guys, I am back with another video. I have my notes on my screen I'm gonna be talking about, so I'm just read it and then just discuss it. So what I have is how as women we are to be a helpmeet. In parentheses I put a wife for our husband before he can choose us, instead of us being complacent, lazy, toxic, unhealed, etc. Because at that level, we won't be helping him, but keeping him stagnant. So he'll see no need to choose us as a potential wife, because you won't be able to help him be a better man. And then in parentheses, I put men want a woman who's better than them. So first and foremost, God does things in order. Everything he does is in order. And he's been showing me that a lot more recently. Just like how if you just like what he says, don't lean on your own understanding and seek ye first the kingdom of God, is because you have to do things in order. Like you have to go to him, and then you have to he's renewing your mind, and he's healing you, he's changing how you think, changing how you move, how you move with people, just changing your whole life. Like people leaving your life that weren't, meant to be there in the first place, stuff like that. So that is all part of order, right? So usually, like for me, example, I will always be like, oh, I don't really need to put God first. Like I was raised in a Christian household, but I was like, oh, I don't need to put God first because, I'll just get God, and then we'll, like that little fairy tale stuff that we be programmed with from kids, like, oh, Prince Charming, ride in on the white horse, save me, and then we'll get married and we'll have kids, whatever, and live happily ever after and all this stuff. And so I was like, well, I'll be fine if that happens. So, just thinking that God is gonna save me, which was literally never gonna happen. And just waste a lot of time, but it did give me a lot of, knowledge, wisdom, understanding. God helped me get all that so I could come on here and tell you guys stuff. So yeah, but you spend all your time doing that. Hold on, I gotta kill this little ant. Okay, but anyway, so yeah, so like it says on here, we're like God says, he who finds a wife, and all these, not all, but a lot of these people on the internet be having these stupid podcasts talk about men the prize and all this junk. It's a bunch of foolishness and blasphemy, honestly, because God never said that. So yeah, women are the prize, and if women are here watching me, just know you're the prize. The man needs you, and God says it's not good for a man to be alone. Yeah, the guy needs to have, oh, let's put a cat on my windowsill, whatever. But the guy needs to have God first, locked in with God. You need to have purpose. You need to have, job, purpose, and all that. Figuring things out, doing what God wants him to be doing, place to live, all these type of things before he's out here trying to, find a wife. But yeah, you gotta do things in order. So yeah, we're meant to be the wife, a helpmeet. And so that's before the guy comes, the man that God has for us. If it's for God to have a husband for you, because not everybody's meant to be married. So, and also Paul's try to tell us don't really get married, because all the, I guess, excess, probably double spiritual warfare that comes with it. But anyway, we ain't getting that. So yeah, we're supposed to be that before he comes, and that just keep that in your mind, so that way you're not oh man, I'm gonna just sit here, be complacent, be lazy, because I was doing that too. I'm not up here oh yeah, that's perfect and all this stuff. I was doing that too, but God was convicting me and like having me heal and just get things in order and, be who he wants me to be. And so before the God can choose you, you cannot be, like I wrote down, complacent, lazy, toxic, unhealed, all that stuff. So don't be in the house like drinking wine, eating cupcakes, waiting for God to come knock on the door. Because I'll be thinking that too. They'd be like, oh, you gotta go outside and meet a guy. You gotta go to places and meet a guy. You gotta go, to places that you like to go. Like maybe you play instruments, maybe you like to go to the gym, maybe you like to do line dancing, I don't know. And then that's maybe where you'll meet your husband. Versus staying in the house thinking he's gonna come knock on the door. Because I'll be thinking that too. I'll be like, bro, I don't want to be going outside and all that stuff. I like staying in the house. But I think that's most of us as women. So gotta get out of our comfort zone, So don't be complacent in that. Don't be complacent in like your body. Like I'll take what Tony Gaskins be saying. Like the brain and the body. Don't be complacent in like, oh, you gotta love me for who I am. Because no. Because like let him come up to you and in your mind and everybody's mind we have like who we would like ideally want to be with. Most women be like 6 feet tall and stuff like that, and I agree with that. If he's shorter than that, it is what it is. But I prefer 6 feet or over. But yeah, because I'm like 5'5", so but yeah, so if he came up to you and he was like obese, no offense to that all or nothing, just saying. If he came up to you, he's obese, he wasn't taking care of, his mustache was, scruffy, his beard, his hair ain't been, done, you could tell, his nails, dirty, and his shoes weren't over, you gonna be like, I don't want him, like, no, you're not my husband. But not to say, you just be like, you're not my husband. Now, say another guy come up to you and he's like, maybe 20, 30 pounds overweight. Maybe he has a little dirt under his nails. Maybe, he didn't get his hair cut or something that week. And maybe he'll still say like, no, that's not my husband. My husband won't look like this. But God not going to send you somebody that's like 100% perfect. Because nobody perfect. God will, I feel like two people come together, it'll be like, both people have things they need to work on. Like, I feel like maybe at sometimes, I don't want to say all the time, but I'm sure sometimes there's like couples out here that got married and they're like, yeah, when my husband and wife came up to me, they weren't ideally everything I wanted, but we put that to the side and we really cared about each other's character and we worked on it. We went to the gym together. I helped her with, her get a better weight, get healthier weight. I helped him with his fashion. I helped him with being more hygienic, stuff like that. So yeah, so just like at the end of the day though, just don't be like complacent. Like always try to be your best self. Sometimes it ain't easy, of course, but always try to do your best every day. It's not always gonna look the same every day, but just always try to do your best. And so yeah, you have that happening. And brand body. So, try to do your best, work on your health, your body, what you put in your body, food wise, don't be drinking, smoking, all this stuff. Be like, oh, I'm waiting on my husband. Like, no, bro, you have to think about how you have to be a wife before he comes. Hold on. You have to be a wife before he comes. So think about like what a wife would do. Godly anyways. Think about like what she would be doing. She would be helping him with his purpose. She would be, say they have kids, she'd be the mother, and she would be instilling values and things into that child or children, teaching them how they should be eating. Sorry, I had to see if my ring light was up, but all these type of things. And so you gotta think like, would you expect a guy to be like, yeah, I want my wife to be smoking and my kids are going to be looking at her like that. I want my wife to be eating bad and my kids. bad. But yeah, um, he's gonna be like, I don't want my kids to be looking at my wife eating McDonald's all the time and not cooking. I don't want my kids to be potential kids, future kids to be having my wife just sit on the couch or whatever and not take care of her body or whatever, because my kid's gonna be looking at her and be like, oh, well, if my mom does it, then that's fine for me to do too. So just gotta think of it like that. Do it for yourself, and do like God says, do everything as if you're working for Him as well, and for to be a reflection of your family, reflection of your household. Like I think it said the woman is the glory of the man. So hey, you can't be out here settling. You gotta do the best that you can, right? And God will help you, So yeah, with the body, you got the brains, and also like as you're waiting, my bad, my nose running. Sorry. But also as you're waiting for your husband, don't be sitting up here sleeping around. Ask God to help you be abstinent, and ask Him to, deliver you from lust, and maybe look into like self-deliverance, look into maybe somebody who can do it for you. But really just talk to God, if you're not abstinent right now, and really just talk with Him and help Him, ask Him to help you to be abstinent, stop fornicating, and to desire what He desires for your life. And just desire what He desires in general. Yeah, so that's that. And then the brain, just always be learning, always be trying to learn new things, always try to better your spirit, your mental, emotional, physical, and financial well-being. Always be trying to work on those things. And with your brand, work on having something, like Tony always say, something you can't be fired from. Like maybe if you like doing YouTube, do YouTube videos. I don't know whatever you like to do, but whatever you want to do, try to do that, turn into a brand, and just have your own money, have your own way to provide for yourself, besides like a 9 to 5, no shade to them. But if they fire you tomorrow, it's like you don't want to be out here like, man, now what am I going to do? Especially when I be hearing people are like, oh my gosh, I've been applying for jobs for so long and nobody's hiring me, nobody's doing this and all stuff. And that happened to me too. Like my last job, it took me over a year to get that job, applying in so many places. So yeah, just focus on that. And also also focus on not being lazy, and God's helped me with that as well, because how it says in Proverbs a lot about just you'll come to poverty from being lazy, and don't love sleep, and folding of the hands, and poverty gonna creep up on you and stuff like that. So yeah, just try your best to do some productive things every day. That's what I'm working on as well. But yeah, and don't be toxic. Be like, oh, I'm waiting on my husband, but you're still toxic. That's the whole thing. Doing things in order with the Lord. He's gonna help you heal, and He's gonna help you stop operating out of unhealed places, which cause you to be toxic in the first place. So work on that. Really ask God to help you with all these things, because we can't do everything on our own. So we can do some things on our own strength, but God really helping me with all these different things. So just ask Him to help you. He always gonna be there to help. But yeah, so don't be choosing also to be unhealed, and just stay there and expect the best. Because imagine if you were um, just operating out of like a really, really loving place, and you didn't have these like memories of what happened to you, and you didn't feel all this pain, and you weren't bitter or whatever, resentful. And imagine like a guy who is like, you just living your best life, happy and all that. But imagine a guy who's unhealed, and he smokes to like numb the pain and just distract himself. And he, have anger issues and stuff like that. And you're like healed, and he's like, oh yeah, I want to marry you. But you're like, no, I did all this work, and also I don't want to sit up here. I don't want to settle, and I don't want to be with somebody who is operating in that place. Work on being, at a better place in your life, and maybe then we could talk. But you just don't want to do that. As well as him being your husband now, he's like, anger issues is nothing to play with. As well as being a father, if y'all have kids, you don't want your children to grow up like that. So just think about it like that. But yeah, and so then I wrote, at that level, we won't be helping him, but keep him stagnant. So yeah, I had to, like, God just told me this, and I wrote it all down, and I was like, that makes so much sense, because like, if we post word help me, it's like, think of like a husband who out here, he did all the work and everything, and God's like, it's time for you to, find your wife, or, he's just feeling impressed to find his wife. And so then he's, looking for a woman who's more elevated than him, who can, help him, who can rely on, and things of that nature. And yeah, he's not gonna come up to a woman who is still, operating out of her trauma and her like self-hate and the worst version of herself. He's gonna be like, yeah, like, you're pretty and all, but you're gonna be like a liability, not asset. So yeah, he's gonna have to be helping you. And he's like, God said the woman is to help me. So he's gonna be like, why would I marry somebody that I have to hold up? Not to say the woman is supposed to hold up the man, but it's like, you're not gonna want to marry a woman that's like, oh, I have to be the one helping her, I have to be the one coaching her, I have to be the one trying to make sure she's straight. Not to say we're supposed to be over here babying a man or whatever, but it's like, a man just wants somebody that's better than him. A man not gonna want a woman that is, just operating at her low level, in the club, and twerking online and stuff like that. And it's like, yeah, everybody does things for a reason, operating out of pain, but at the end of the day, facts are facts. He's not gonna want to be with you. So you just have to look at it like that. And so yeah, he's just gonna be like, it was nice getting to know you, but we're not on the same page. So yeah, because he don't want to be stagnant, he want to elevate, but he needs a woman who can help him and give him like insight, things he can't see, just man can't do everything. That's why God said woman need to help me. So help him with his vision, help him around the house, help him cook, maybe cooking and stuff like that, so he doesn't have to be like trying to focus, have his energy on his vision and trying to take care of the household, pay bills and make money. Then he has to worry about cooking, worry about cleaning, and all these type of things. But yeah, a woman who is like really like elevated and everything is going to be able to do these things, like really help her mate, because she did the work and she's equipped for him. When God wants them to meet, they'll meet, and then after that, they're just gonna keep elevating. But he's gonna be working through her to just, help the man in every way he needs it. And so yeah, and then let's see what else I wrote. Yeah, so the last thing I wrote is like men want women who better than them, and he won't see you as a potential wife because you won't be able to help him be a better man. So that really speaks for itself. Like, women, women are gifted with a lot of different things. Nurturing, intuitive, inquisitive, just like really like spiritual, and not in like the little heebie-jeebie way, but like connected with God. And I'm losing my train of thought, sorry. But yeah, women have all these different abilities that's able to like merge with the man that she with, and that way they can, two heads are better than one, like it says in the Bible. But yeah, so if you're not really where you're supposed to be at, God can't use you, and you talk through you and give you wisdom and insight so you can tell it to your man, and y'all can accomplish whatever it is you need to accomplish. But if you're like always in the house, you're eating like McDonald's all the time, you're smoking hookah, you're just operating at a bad level, really low level, you're operating out of pain, you're not healed, you're not trying to heal, you're not trying to just live a better, healthy life all around. Like, how is God gonna use you? So yeah, just think about things being in order, because when things are in order, that's when God can work and things just fall in line. I killed another little ant. I don't know about y'all. I don't be knowing where these or why these little ants be like coming in the house. Like, it's like you have all outside, but they're like, oh yeah, I want to come in your house. Just ant bugs in general are annoying, bro. But anyway, so yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the video. But just like keep in your mind, like, try to ask God to help you. Try to do things in order, and yeah, ask God if he just help him. Ask God if he can help you to, have desires that he have for your life, and ask God if he can give you new desires, a new heart, and just be willing to change and be serious about what you're asking him, and he'll help you. That's what he did for me and what he's doing. And yeah, help you have a better life, and things just keep getting better, versus don't be out here trying to rush to a relationship knowing you didn't seek first the kingdom and really have a relationship with the Lord. So that way you're not out here, you're not feeling desperate like you need a man. You're content, and yeah, you're not just operating out of like desperation. And I'll make another video about that. But yeah, man. So that's pretty much all I got to say about this topic. Yeah, just ask God to help you, and he'll help you, and you'll go from there. And things will fall in place, as time goes on. But just like he says, be anxious for nothing, and don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts. I don't know the rest of the verse, but yeah. So just do that. Everything will work out for you. And just trust God timing, because he knows what he's doing, and he knows this needs to happen before this can happen, or else, you can't be in 5th grade after you graduated 1st grade. Like, you're not gonna know what you're doing. You're gonna fail. So yeah, just look at it like that. And yeah, it's not gonna be easy all the time. You're gonna have difficult times. You're gonna be crying. You're gonna be like stressing maybe a little bit. You might be aggravated. You might just have a whole bunch of different emotions. But Just always know God planned better than yours because He see everything. And He knows what's best for you to help you be the best you and get the best. So yeah, that was my knee. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.